of Lake to Lake Girls. Let me just check here. We're good. Yeah.
Are we good?
I think we're good. I don't know. Well, we are. We'll go with that. My microphone doesn't want to work today.
It's all floppy.
But it is April, finally.
Nay.
Super excited. Nay. Did I say April? Take it away, Amanda. We're good. It's already a bad day.
I think it's been a long day for everyone.
It's been a long day.
Good thing we have wine.
Oh, yes. Our guest, Cassy, brought us wine today. And actually, we'll get to that in a little bit. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about a little bit about the wine and a little bit about why Cassy's here today. But first, I think we're going to kick it off. Introduce our guest, and then, I mean, she can. You're more at fitness than we are, so she can chime in as well. How's that sound?
I think that's a good idea.
All right. Well, from the Seneca County Chamber, we have Cassy Harrington. Thank you for joining us.
Hi. Thanks for having me again. Back. Better. Yeah, so I am actually here officially on Business First to discuss the upcoming Cash Mob.
Mm-hmm.
The Seneca County Cash Mob is tomorrow, yes. We have announced the official location. It will be at Dave and Rita's Farm Market and Bakery on Route 96A in Romulus. Sounds far away, but it's only 5 miles south of the turnoff for Three Brothers Winery. So if you've never been there before, they have delicious fresh baked goods, but they also do a lot of produce. Some of their famous products are their reindeer poop, which is like
reindeer poop,
kind of like a trail mix kind of thing.
Okay.
So in it, there's I think yogurt covered like raisins or something.
Ooh, okay, yummy.
So white deer poop.
White
deer poop is what they call it.
Nice.
And so they kind of capitalize on the local attraction while also trying to. It's great. And then they have some apple fritter bread, and then they're really known for their granolas. So they have...
I didn't even know they made granolas.
Homemade granola.
Yum.
Their Firehouse granola is, I think, one of their best sellers. And it's just a little spicy. So you can, let your imagination run wild with the amount of uses for a... spicy granola. They have all sorts of things, but they are going to be sampling some of their products, and they do take out lunches too. They're right next to the Hillside campus, so if anybody ever wants to go over and grab lunch on their way out, they can certainly do that. But at 5:30 tomorrow, we're gathering via all sorts of media outlets that we've been advertising on.
Yep.
Facebook, Twitter, and our website, as well as, we sent out a press release to the Finger Lakes Times, Seneca Daily, and so forth. So hopefully spreading the word, trying to get a mass group of people all together at 5:30 to go and show our support, whether it's a $5 purchase, $20 purchase, just to give that business a small economic stimulus that they wouldn't otherwise have on probably a Wednesday afternoon, which is typically Tuesday, Wednesday are kind of slower within, on business days. So
yeah, definitely.
And it's a member benefit. It's part of being a chamber member, and it's voted on by the Economic Development Committee at the chamber. So we sit down quarterly and try to determine where the next cash mob will be and why, and try to highlight some of the local businesses and give that business to somebody who is a strong supporter of the chamber and the community. And so yeah, we're at Dave and Rita's tomorrow.
So you guys are getting excited, all prepared.
I'm excited. I have so much fun promoting it on Facebook and trying to create contests and trying to spur some excitement. So, and I'm finding a lot of people haven't heard of it. So I've also got Tom Wilson, the owner, one of the owners out at Dave and Rita's. He's tracking his website to see if this brings him any additional coverage to his website too. So we're
what is their website?
DaveandRitas.com, I believe.
Easy. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And what hours? Is it all day or?
I think they close at 5 on a typical business day, so they're actually staying open later for us tomorrow. So, very nice of them to do that. And
yeah.
I think maybe they might be offering some discounts for repeat customers. Like if you go tomorrow, maybe,
a little bit of an incentive to come back.
Definitely some incentive to go tomorrow just for the experience, the publicity, and there's the free samples. Hello.
Ooh, free food. Be there. No, I really, really like their cheesy bread. It's one of my favorites. So good there. I'm going to have to try
It's making me
it's
hungry
got so
right
it's,
now.
like
granola,
it's like a
though.
loaf of bread, then it has like cheddar cheese kind of throughout it, right?
Yeah, and I think it might be sprinkled on top.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Put
goodness.
cheese on it, I'll eat it.
Good Lord.
Lizette, she's the baker, and she does extravagant things that you never even think of, like an apple fritter bread, cheese bread. Then they have one
Yum.
with
that is
peppers
good.
in it,
Yeah.
I think, and so
Now, the idea behind the Cash Mob is to keep it local, is what we're trying to do, right?
Yep, trying to just keep the spending dollars right here in Seneca County. The more money we spend here in our in our area, the more money stays here, and the more we're able to thrive and flourish as a county and as a region and so forth.
All right. Well, today, Cassy has brought us some delicious wine to try, and it looks beautiful. It's dry Riesling, but it is also from Wagner's. It is a 2011 vintage, and it tastes mighty fine. She chilled it for us.
She did. We are so spoiled.
Today. I'm so excited.
We love having you on.
Not to mention we got spoiled with other things as well. She brought goodies with us. We have a T-shirt for the Finger Lakes Cork and Fork, which is coming up in a few
September.
months. Yeah.
Yes.
Are you guys, how's that going?
The planning's going really well. We've actually got quite a few vendors signed on already. I think they're almost halfway to their goal of 80 vendors, and so they're definitely we've got a lot of repeat people and a lot of people who've come to us before registration even opened and said,
We want to do this.
We heard about this last year. Let's make sure that we're on the docket. So
I really think that that particular event is a staple for the area.
they just we just actually won Best Finger Lakes Food Event in the Finger Lakes.
That's right.
I told her about
That's
that.
awesome.
That was conducted by the Finger Lakes Visitors Connection, but I believe there were over 400,000 votes cast in that entire, they also awarded Lively Run Goat Dairy won Best Finger Lakes Cheese.
Their cheese is so good.
And so,
The Finger Lakes is making its staple, making a stamp on the country. So, we're representing.
The Finger Lakes wine were recently featured in Wine Spectator magazine as well. So
Really? I didn't know that.
Big. We're getting out there. We're getting a lot of publicity, and we're growing fast.
And of course, this president drank Finger Lakes wine at
That's
the
right.
inauguration. Just saying.
Was Wagner's, were they one of the wineries that provided
I know
grapes? I can't remember. I know we talked about it.
Run?
The Tierce Riesling?
The Tierce Riesling.
Yeah.
I know Red Newt was involved.
Red Newt was involved.
Sheldrake, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Another goodie that we got today?
I am super excited about this. It's this neat little, what do you call it, like a booklet, kind of? It's on, I can never say it right, carabiner? Is that what these things are called?
So, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even know that was the technical term, so don't even look at me.
It's, on like one of these fun rock climbing clip things. Anyways, so yeah, it's like this cute little flip booklet thing of things to do in the Finger Lakes, specifically hike and bike. And especially this time of the year, I'd say from like spring up until, October, November, before it starts to really snow. I mean, we still have the winter sports, but the scenery in the Finger Lakes during the warmer winter months, warmer summer months, is just spectacular. So I'm taking a look through this, and it looks like each little booklet, like they're numbered. It has like a different trail on it. Like this is a hike one, and then when you open it up.
Now, what kind of places can people get these?
They can get them right at the Seneca County Chamber. Right in our
and it's free?
Visitors.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and then it shows, it gives you some informational tidbits about it and a trail map. This is so cool. I'm so excited for this because I love to go hiking, and I wanted to get into biking too, and the bike I've had it since like high school, and it was stored outside, which
I need to bike more.
Ended up, to make a long story short, it
Got
basically ruined it.
It was weathered.
So I ended up putting a free sign on it. It needed so many repairs. I'm like, I'll just buy a new one. So I ended up putting a free sign on it outside my house. It was gone in a half hour.
I'm surprised it took a half hour.
Yeah, it's not even kidding.
On like fall cleanup or whatever, the weekends around here in Waterloo and Seneca Falls, if you put stuff out by the road, especially metal, there's always people going out and grabbing it.
I know metal is
money.
a hot ticket. When you're too lazy to take the metal yourself and don't really want to, people get that real. They snatch that up. I get a lot of things from my dad too. I'm like, Dad, my washing machine doesn't work anymore. He's like, I'll be there. Like, I got this. No worries. So tell us a little bit more about the Cash Mob. Now, this is what, the fourth location that you guys have done this, or
this
third?
Will be the third. The first one we had at Sodders. We brought in, I think, between 50 and 60 people to Sodders Market in August last year. So it was a similar concept, and we set a time and a place, and they came. Everybody who comes gets a little Cash Mob sticker, the logo that you see, and it's official. And you know, Johnny said he had significant result. You know, he actually had a lot of people coming in that day who couldn't come to the event, and also a lot of people came in the next day and said, I wasn't able to come to the Cash Mob, but I'm here because I want to support the cause. And then also we had one in December at Nugent's Hardware, and Bill Segrist told us that it was his busiest day of the calendar year for sales.
Wow, that's awesome.
That is incredible. So it's actually like gaining ground.
I would just say it gives results too.
It's an incentive certainly to join the chamber and to get involved with what we're doing. We're always looking forward to helping out the community, and it's all part of the Chamber's Buy Local movement. So
now, if someone wants to join the chamber, a business, and they want to be a part of the Cash Mob, how would they go about doing that?
Well, they can, in order to join the chamber, you contact the member services coordinator. That would be myself. And
talk to Cassy.
Talk to Cassy. And we can certainly put you on the docket for the Economic Development Committee to vote, and they do that quarterly.
Okay, and now if one wants to join the mob, where can they find out more information? You said Facebook, and there's a website as well?
On FingerLakeCentral.com and SenecaChamber.org are the two websites managed by the Seneca County Chamber, and then Seneca County Chamber of Commerce in parentheses on Facebook is our Facebook page, and that's where we do a majority of our promoting with the contests and whatnot.
And what kind of other contests do you guys really do?
Sometimes we hold contests for photos of the day, and
I've seen this.
Oh, I had a photo of the day.
Yes, you did.
A couple months ago, a couple weeks ago.
It was at Americana, right?
Yep.
You're like an Americana cheerleader. Every time I see Joe Gober, the owner of the winery, he's like, "Oh, your friend Amanda."
I gotta email him. I gotta be like,
Listen, I gotta email him.
Let's do something about this. Let's blog.
Speaking of blogs, have you updated yours, by the way?
I did. I put actually something about cupcakes on there, which I haven't done.
Your
I feel like
blog has a cupcake post?
I know. Who'd have thought?
OMG.
I know. I know, exactly. Which I haven't done in a really long time because of the whole fitness thing I'm doing right now. But I did a wedding shower back in March, and it turned out so cute. Oh, it just fell on me.
No big deal.
So, yeah, it was super simple. If you want to check it out, just go to www.mandy-eats.com. And they were super girly. The theme was an English tea party. And it's actually for my yoga instructor. I feel like I talk about her every single episode. We need to get her in on the show. But I did it for her yoga instructor, or for her daughter. And her vision, like, she was sending me, like, her Pinterest board and, like, everything. And it turned out so well. And I was so proud of how, like, I did mini cupcakes, and then I did sugar cookies with an edible transfer on it. So it was like a Baroque kind of, toile is not the right word for it, but like a design. And it was super cute. And looked way fancier than I feel like it actually was.
Hey, works for me.
Yeah.
So it sounds like we have to check out the pictures.
Yes, check it out.
Check it out, mandy-eats.com.
Let me know what you guys think.
So tell me a little bit more about this here, our Membership Matters, Seneca County Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, so this is a Membership Matters card. Some of you may have already seen these out in the community. All chamber committee members, board members, and staff are equipped with these cards. It has a spot for us to leave our names, but when we're out in the community doing business, this is just a small token of our appreciation. It was kind of developed in combination with the board of directors as well as the ambassadors committee. And the tagline reads, "I did business here because you invest in the community." So whether you're getting your oil changed at, right down the, around the corner, or going out to dinner, this is just saying thank you for being a Seneca County business, and it leaves our contact information if they want to get more involved with the chamber as well. So,
all right. I did business here because you invest in your community. Now, it seems like to me that you, my dear, are doing so much for the county. And you are getting so involved in everything. Now, I work in radio and we do this, so they call us the little town celebrities. But you would be more of a person that I was going to say that would be a celebrity because you have the Finger Lakes.
You get things done.
Yeah.
You in the chamber.
That's a big weight on my shoulders.
No pressure.
No pressure. You're famous. Seems like everywhere you go, like you guys have your hands in everything, and specifically you do as well. How is
trying to. That's one of the things I love about my job, though, is that I know 2 hours are different in my job and are the same. I mean, I'm always doing something different. Always, if I get bored doing one task, then I can just work on another project. And, right now we're working on a ribbon cutting ceremony for the new USDA service center that opened up on 5 and 20 here. Yep. Coordinating the cash mob. We also have our chamber golf tournament on June 28th at Silver Creek Golf Course.
I'm going to be there.
We sent out RFPs for our membership barbecue, looking for a host site and caterer and so forth for that. Working on the Cork and Fork Always, and we have an annual dinner in January, and I'm part of Finger Lakes Young Professionals, and we're starting, we have a team entered into the Geneva Rec League. So games start for that in...
For what, the softball?
Yes.
Oh my God, I want to play.
So play.
That was her recruiting pitch.
You didn't have to recruit. You just have to play. What night is this?
Are you available on Thursdays?
Oh, fudge.
I know.
Everything happens on Thursdays.
So the non-competitive league plays on Thursdays. The competitive league plays on Tuesdays.
Tuesdays I'm so not in. Well, crap. We have this.
Yeah.
This is problematic.
We're playing in the non-competitive league.
Okay.
If our
what time's the games on
volleyball
Thursdays?
skills are any indication of how we'll play softball, we were 1-29, I think, for our volleyball team. But we had so much fun.
Yeah, but you're so intense
really
at softball. You're good at softball. Stop lying.
But it doesn't matter. I have a team that needs to...
I want to play so bad. Okay, what time do they play on Thursdays?
The games are at 5:45 and 6:30, depending on the week. We haven't had our schedule out yet because the registration ends on May 17th, I think.
I'm so going to play. I don't care. We're playing. I'm playing. Just count me in.
But I'm not playing. No.
Count me
I'm
in.
really
Trust
bad.
Me, there are circumstances behind it that are going to allow me to play.
Okay.
She knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, count me in. And it's in Geneva, down at the right behind Wendy's.
No, we don't play there. That's, I think, school fields. We play on Ridgewood, which is at the corner of Ridgewood and Ada. I don't know, ADA Street in Geneva. And then there's one by the old Pepsi plant, and then there's one by Charters Playground.
I know where the Pepsi plant is.
So there's 3 fields, and if everything's the same as last year, we'll just rotate between the 3 of them. Mm-hmm. And then there's 12 12 teams in the league, so every week then 6 games are played, 2 teams per game, and then 3 fields. So everybody gets to play every week, I'm assuming, unless they have a couple bye weeks. We're running into some unfortunate mishaps because our Finger Lakes Young Professionals networking socials are on Thursday nights.
Yes.
And our softball team is playing on Thursday nights. So we're trying to figure out how we're going to work our way around that, but we don't have the schedule yet, so I don't know yet. But the Thursday, the first Thursday of the month is when Finger Lakes Young Professionals meets, and this coming month we're going to be at Three Brothers Wineries and Estates. So really looking forward to that one.
Yes,
Super
that one will
excited.
be a good one. And that's on a Thursday at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I am so excited to have my Thursdays clear off. Okay. I can make this work. I'm so excited. Softball, I've been talking about, and because we are getting, we can segue into a fitness thing right now.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back to the cash mob and re-hit that, because I think that's really important that we keep everything local, and we shop local. And there's a new bill in the Senate that passed on Tuesday that might help local businesses. It might not, though, where you might have to pay sales tax for online purchases.
Oh, I think I remember hearing. Did you guys talk about it on the radio this morning?
We talked about it.
Or I heard
one of the days. One of the days this week.
I heard it someplace.
Yes. Now I heard the rumor there's a contract with Amazon that they it's already factored in for New York, so it won't affect that as much. But hopefully, we'll see some kind of local impact in terms of people buying local instead of going online. But anyway, we'll go back to that. I've been talking about, because a lot of people from Romulus, I play basketball every Sunday with, they call them
Old man
the
basketball.
old man basketball. And it's a bunch of people that went to Romulus, a lot of people that, and they all play softball in Auburn. And because there's a leagues, but it's all men's. There's only men's league anywhere I can anywhere I look. There's always men's leagues. I said, I want to play so bad.
Geneva is co-ed, and it's awesome.
But it's putting together a team that I have a problem with. I can't put together a team because you don't find anybody with the same right schedule. My schedule opens up a little bit, and I'm super excited because I want to play softball. I'm so glad you brought that up. I've been talking about it I've been complaining about it for weeks. I'm saying, I want to play softball. I want to play. I want to play.
I think we've got a large team. There's like 17 people interested who've paid their $20
for the young professionals
on the team. Yeah, we have a very, very diverse athletic group, and I think it's going to be fun. But we certainly could. I mean, summer schedules is difficult to promise that you're going to be there every Thursday. So even if we have a few extra, it'll be good.
Yeah,
so
I'm in. I'm down. I'm so in.
Love to have you.
I'll give you my $20 right after the show.
Okay.
Because I've been wanting also to get involved in the Finger Lakes Young Professionals. We've been talking about this for so long, and it's such a great opportunity for people to get together who are professionals in the area. And because we work so much and because we are all so involved, that it's hard to meet people and hard to mingle with people and hard to interact. So I've been wanting to get involved in this for so long, and now I finally can. I have the opportunity, and what a way to do it. Sports. I love sports, so it's all good.
Yeah, our first few networking socials, they used to be called meet and greets. We kind of transitioned into networking socials, so if that's confusing to anybody, they were typically at a place where there was, a bar or a winery, and that drew a crowd, and then we realized, too, that there were some people that might not have felt comfortable in that environment. So then we opened up the door to recreational activities, and we're really expanding. We're going to have a presence at a seminar at Hobart and William Smith on the 16th. It'll be a panel discussion, but Jeff Shipley, I believe, from the Chamber and the Young Professionals, he'll be there to speak to the seniors, I think, about the opportunities that are here within the Finger Lakes. And, you don't have to go home after you leave, vacation or graduation at Hobart. You can just, stay around, area, help contribute.
That's awesome, and that'll prevent some brain drain.
And then I'm also I myself am going up to the Finger Lakes Community College on the 23rd, and I'm going to be representing Finger Lakes Young Professionals there at Career Expo. So it'll be like a trade show, and there will be a bunch of people there within the community who have job openings, but I'll be there to say, hey, if you
can network for the...
Networking for the group and trying to get our name out there. And so we're excited about those opportunities that we have coming up.
Now, obviously we know about the Finger Lakes Young Professionals. Now, if there's somebody who's watching who wants to get involved,
currently Finger Lakes Young Professionals on Facebook and on LinkedIn are our two venues of communication. That's where we put all our events and share our photos from some of our activities, and so that's where we're at.
And when you go to you sign up at the table, and you can put your email on a list, and they'll email you with updates.
Yeah, every networking social we have a sign-in sheet, and if you share your email address with us, we typically send out an email maybe a couple times a month trying to say, here's what's going on in the community, there's events here and here, or volunteer opportunities. I know Three Brothers Winery is having their wine stock event that they have for the Finger Lakes Wine Association, and they are looking for volunteers to staff their sign-in, check-in booth. And so you'd work half the event at the sign-in, and then you would be comped your entrance into the second half of the event.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
And
yeah,
stuff. So
I like
I've
that.
actually been twice to the event and love it. They bring all sorts of wineries together all in one spot, and then they have some crafts and
talking about keeping it local, and I don't know if you've heard of this yet or not, but I just saw a release on this today, and it's about Finger Lakes wineries and Finger Lakes food pantries merging together and working in coercion with each other and raising money. I'm trying to find the press release right now. But it's about raising money for the food banks. The food bank of the Southern Tier, the Food Link, and one more. There's another one.
Trevor's Gift, Seneca County House of Concern.
I think it's the House of Concern. They are doing a charity event this Saturday. Now, this is where wineries all around the Finger Lakes, including Southern Tier, Seneca County, Wayne County, Cayuga County, Ontario. I mean, there's a list up at fingerlakesdailynews.com, but they are taking all the proceeds from the tasting, or the proceeds from one or the other, or the proceeds from the wine sales, and donating it to the food banks.
That's incredible. I think that's such a good idea. Where's the event being held?
All the wineries in the Finger Lakes.
So they're just banding together and making a contribution at the end of the weekend, you said?
End of Saturday.
It's a good weekend to go out on the wine trail.
Yeah.
Exactly. And there's Hazlitt is doing 100% of the tasting fees to benefit Food Link from 10 to 5:30. I mean, there's a list up at fingerlakesdailynews.com. Plus, you can find more at their website, which is fingerlakeswinecountry.com. And it's not only to promote, I mean, it's a cross promotion. It's not only to promote helping those who need it in the Finger Lakes, keeping it local, like you said, which is the cash mob. I think it all ties in together. Not only is it the cash mob, but it's bringing tourism to the Finger Lakes area. It's promoting tourism. I don't know. I think it's a great idea.
It is great. We the Finger Lakes Cork and Fork does the same thing. Actually, all the proceeds from that event, a portion of the proceeds are donated to Food Bank of the Southern Tier, Trevor's Gift, which is a backpack feeding program here in
that program.
I know. And the Seneca County House of Concern, we made a very generous contribution to all three last year. And so we actually encourage, we have some canned food drop-off places too prior to the event. I know Harry and David last year was a huge supporter in that, because anybody who cashed out at the cash register, they said, do you want to help fight hunger in the Finger Lakes? And so many people contributed with little bags of peanuts or whatever, and they made the donation at the end.
Incredible. Like, you can think about the economic times today, and what people have and what they don't, but they're still willing to give as much as they possibly can.
And it's so important to support our local food banks because they support more families and people now than ever before. Their resources are so, they're becoming, strained. So I think this is a great idea. And it's a really good excuse to go to some wineries.
And drink wine.
Drink wine. That's true.
That's true.
That you may not need one, but
All right, now tell me, give us an update on your Finger Lakes Leadership Program. You guys, last we spoke to you, you guys were...
Yeah, we like I said before, we were split up into 3 groups, 3 different school districts, subcommittees, I guess. We went into the Waterloo Middle School, the Geneva Middle School, and the Canandaigua Middle School, and we taught students about the importance of buying local and highlighted a couple of local businesses that gave us some support for our program and the lessons learned, and all the kids actually got a goodie bag with local products to sample, and it was a huge success. Not only were the kids involved, engaged, and we educated them about some of the local businesses, but a lot of the teachers were approaching us afterwards, asking us if we could come back and do it for other classrooms. And actually, the Canandaigua group, props to them, they are going back for an evening. Up in Canandaigua, there's a parent event, and they're actually holding a short seminar for the parents to convey the same message that they did to their kids in middle school. So,
wow. I would say that constitutes as a huge success.
It's very really powerful.
It was really a huge success. I'm very, very surprised and pleased, and I love the group of people that I met and that I worked with, and so we're actually going to be awarding some of the contributors from the program, the ones that we solicited for sponsorship. If they came in at a certain level, they get the opportunity to submit a couple employees for scholarships to next year's program so that they can be part of this Finger Lakes Leadership Program. And so we're meeting this week to determine the criteria for that scholarship and work on that. And then in June we have our graduation and our year is done.
And what comes after that? Are you going to be asked to go back and maybe be like a guest speaker? Can you pursue more with the leadership program, or is it kind of like off there?
They have a steering committee. I don't want to. Maybe it's called steering committee. I'm not sure. That is that's alumni from the group, and so they're heavily involved. And I don't know what the criteria is to be part of that, but I would certainly love to be more involved with the group in the future because I love it so much.
Definitely. How much did you take away from that, do you think?
Certainly a lot. Not only did I help the community, but just to, have fun with 7th and 8th graders and know that they hopefully went back to their parents, hey, let's go to this ice cream place down here, let's go to Cuba Lake Creamery. I hear they have awesome ice cream. We've got a
Which they do.
I would just say, oh my God.
Wine ice cream.
What was it, the Seneca salt.
Seneca salt caramel.
Oh my God, so good.
We've through classes, we went and toured a lot of local businesses, and so I can now say that I've been in Zoto's and Gould's Pumps, and our last class, we took a tour of Miranda Cheese Company, and at 9 o'clock in the morning, we did a cheese tasting, so we had cheese for breakfast that day, and although it was cheese for breakfast, I'm telling you, it was still amazing.
So good.
So that was great, and I also met, 11 people in my community that I hope stay because they're great people.
And obviously you took a lot from this. Now, it's a business the business that you work for that has to pay for and sponsor you in order to take the class. Would you recommend this to? I
highly recommend it for employers, not only as a professional development, but it's also a great networking tool for your business and for the employees working for you. The person that goes through the program is going to have connections, and you know how amazing connections can be in a small community like this. But and then the skill set, every month they have a different skill that they develop, whether it be leadership or government, tourism, agriculture. There's always something to take away. Last time we had a representative from Happiness House come in and speak to us about the dynamics and importance of being a board member. So that's, not something that I would have ever
thought about before,
or received anywhere else. So that was very interesting. I took a lot away from that because I do sit on the board at the chamber as a staff member.
So if an employer is interested in sending some applications in for some of their employees, where would they go?
It's hosted by both the Seneca County Chamber of Commerce, the Geneva Area Chamber of Commerce, and the Canandaigua Chamber of Commerce. And they're so you can go to all three websites or call the offices for more information about that. And I believe registration will begin in June or July for the next year's program already.
Now, does the county, the chamber have anything fun and exciting and new coming up this year? I mean, we've talked about Cork and Fork. We talked about the golf classic that you guys have coming up as well. Do you guys have anything else that you guys have, like, under your sleeves just yet? Or can you not release it yet? It's secretive.
We're always working behind the scenes. Lots of ideas, and certainly some interesting things and things that have to have board approval before they get released.
Of course. Most definitely. All right, so let's go, let's cover the Cash Mob a little bit one more time because I feel like it's very important. It sends a huge message to local businesses, local consumers, and I really think it's important that they get involved. Can you tell us a little bit again, like cover it over again? We are going to be at
Dave and Rita's.
Dave and Rita's
Farm Market and Bakery on Route 96A. And so the Cash Mob itself is the Chamber's way of trying to provide economic stimulus to a small business within the community and just make sure, that we're conveying as a community a message to that business and saying, thanks for being here and supporting us, and we're here to pat you on the back and support you back. Here's, we're making a purchase, it can also be used as a community forum to try and meet those people that are also out there trying to support. Dave and Rita's, they any produce that they farm or purchase from local farmers that doesn't get sold in store, they donate that to local food pantries as well. So, great cause through the chamber. And again, you have to be a chamber member in order to be a site for a Cash Mob voted on by the Economic Development Committee.
But they can contact you and begin the process.
And again, you said it's located just 5 miles south of
the turnoff for Three Brothers Winery in the States. Just past the entrance to Hillside, but
yeah, just a couple miles down from there.
Bring your camera because you might see white deer. Probably see white deer.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I drive on that stretch of was that 96A? Yeah. And you see people pulled over, with their cameras up against the fence.
And I think we take advantage of it.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't bother. Everyone's like, oh, white deer. Like,
we're just like, yeah, so, no.
It happens every day.
Yeah.
Grow up, but,
yeah, that's how we grew up.
Yeah.
But then again, taking advantage of a beautiful area, you're not realizing what you have underneath you.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you say that last time you came in? You guys go away, and then you realize just what you have the best. Wasn't that you? You realized you have the best. Was that George? I think that might have been George.
I don't remember. I know we definitely did talk about it at one point.
Shout out to George. Hey, George.
Hey, George. Finger Lakes grapeseed oil.
Okay, so let's... One of my favorite events. It really is. Cork and Fork. I want to talk about that more. Okay, do you have anything new and exciting this year for the Cork and Fork that you're planning on?
I believe we're expanding the space in which Cork and Fork takes place. So it's at Robin Law and Son Farms, and last year we utilized 2 barns for the Saturday event, but this year I think 3 barns. That's in the works.
It's expanding.
And so more room for exhibitors, more room for traffic flow.
Yeah.
And so we're improving, the logistics of the event, and then so the demonstrations that occurred last year, they'll return this year, but they'll be in that 3rd barn, so you'll be able to hear the presenters better. The presenters,
I like that.
Will have more room and the setup to actually do more, unique and in-depth presentations.
Definitely.
So we're excited about that. Yeah.
And again, with the whole buying local theme, it's more than just tasting there, too. You can actually buy a lot of...
We encourage all our exhibitors to bring products to sell at the event if people enjoy what they have. And you can make your purchase in the package valet. We have volunteers running through to every single one of the exhibitors on a regular basis, grabbing people's purchases and bringing them to the exit. So you don't have to carry them around with you the entire time. You make a purchase, and it'll be at the door waiting for you on the way out. So
that's what I call service.
I would say fancy. That could be dangerous, though. Have a couple
not
glasses of wine.
How much you're buying.
You know.
Oh,
no, but that's awesome,
I
though.
see that going bad for me.
And for exhibitors, I mean, really, for $150, it's really the probably one of the cheapest ways of advertising to potentially 2,000 to 3,000 people who are coming through the doors. Both the attendees, the volunteers, and the exhibitors. Everybody's there. Everybody's going to see your display, and they're all going to be aware of your product. And so it's a very inexpensive advertising opportunity for local businesses to participate in, and it's Finger Lakes. So it's not just Seneca County. Last year we had representatives from every lake wine trail in the Finger Lakes, and we had people from the UK come, and it was definitely a big event.
It is huge.
Yeah.
It's incredible how many people show up for this.
Definitely. I did not go. What happened? I had a ticket. Oh, I couldn't find anyone to go with me. That sounds really lame, doesn't it? I could not I gotta get new friends now. I think that's what it was.
I was there.
I know.
I was working.
I couldn't get anyone to go with me, and I don't know. I should have just gone. Oh well. Definitely going this year, though.
You are.
Definitely.
Lake to Lake girls will be there.
Definitely. We're gonna vlog it.
On-site broadcast.
We should, yeah. Or
we've talked about
it. We have talked about it,
and then just air it on that Tuesday.
We've talked about it.
Yeah, we definitely want to vlog it. I think that would be pretty awesome because we talk about it, but I think to give everyone, our viewers, a sense of it, to kind of be there,
exactly,
would be really interesting.
Just to see how massive it can be.
And they also have bands there too.
Live music.
It has almost like a festival atmosphere, right?
Well, Saturday, yes.
Okay.
Saturday is more festival-y. So it's 2 barns and 3 next year, and people kind of hang out in between if they're not actually tasting. And we had Dave McGrath. He's a one-man band, probably one of the most talented artists I know in the community.
He really
He's from Rochester.
I've heard him play.
He's awesome. He played last year, and we had a set up with a tent and some picnic tables, and around 5 o'clock in the evening, he was, everybody was dancing, and so, it was, very festival-y, but, and then Friday night is the VIP Partners and Pairings event.
Yep.
So there's actually room to sit down, and it's contained within one building, and we actually had the Casey McDonald band play some jazzy type music, and that's where
Casey plays the trumpet.
Yes, his face gets very red, but he's so good at it.
Now, how do you get on this VIP list?
Well,
it's actually you buy tickets for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Tickets can be purchased at Wegmans and at FingerLakesCorkandFork.com, tickets will be going on sale very, very soon. So.
Ooh,
nice.
I like the sound of that. She's keeping it open-ended there. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's 6:45, and I think it's time for our fitness minute before we close up the show. Just to talk about, give us your update. I want to talk. We'll make this longer than a minute because I don't care. We run the show.
It's our show. We do what we want.
We're spoiled little brats. We haven't talked to you since you did the Seneca 7.
I did the Seneca 7. Again, it was my second year, and I did it on a team that I formed this year with a bunch of new people. They're all friends and very close friends and family. And we borrowed my aunt's vehicle, and our team name was Prepping for the Zombie Apocalypse.
Oh my God, I love it.
Nice.
I love it.
Each of us had a different Zombieland rule on the back. So,
oh my God, what number were you?
She couldn't see hers.
Mine was rule number 1, cardio.
That's so funny.
Hello.
When I did the zombie race last year, that's what we put on our T-shirts. Number 1 rule, cardio.
Yeah. So, and then someone had beware of bathrooms. If you've ever ran a long distance race and they provide porta potties, that is a very, very, very appropriate rule for the race. Another one was get a kick-ass partner, and then another was limber up, check the back seat, and don't be a hero.
Now, what legs did you get?
Did
you get the uphill short legs?
I was runner 6, and so one of my runs was from Sheldrake Point Winery, the other tasting room on Seneca Lake, to King Ferry. And I tell you what, that was my longest route, and it was 5.1 miles, and I swear it was like all uphill. And I don't train on hills, so it was very difficult for me. And I felt bad because when I was done with my second run, I said to my team, I'm prepping for my third one, I said, I only have 2.6 miles to run. That's a short run for me. Get in that car, get to the next exchange point, and be ready, because as soon as you get there, I'm going to be coming in hot. Okay? And I want that runner to be ready. And I got there huffing and puffing. It was my third run of the day. I was beat. And I crossed the line, and of course, my father's the first one to say, thought you were going to be faster than that.
You're like, thanks, Dad.
Dad, calling me out like
you
that.
run over 12 miles and tell me how you feel on the third one. I was embarrassed, but I tell you what, it was really fun. We had a great time, and we were, somebody brought this really amazing peanut butter. I have to mention the peanut butter. The silly things that you remember after a day's worth of spending in a car with 6 other people.
Smelling like roses, I'm guessing.
Oh, towards the end of the day, we smelled amazing. Amazing. And it was so cold, we couldn't keep the windows down. It was really cold that day. But amazing peanut butter, some Peter Pan, honey, whatever. Tastes like the inside of a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Ooh, really?
Dangerous.
It was dangerous.
And by the end of the day, we'd been running so much, of course, so the girls are like, I don't care, I can eat whatever I want. And so we had chocolate bars and we were dipping them in the peanut butter.
Oh my God. I love it.
I resisted until the very last hour. I'm like, no, that's naughty. I can't do that.
I think by that point you've earned it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You earned it totally.
When you cross the line, they have they had chili prepared by the one of the food banks, I think, or Catholic Charities or something in Geneva, and then Chobani was one of the sponsors.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
unlimited
Yogurt.
supply of Greek yogurt.
That's cool.
Who can go wrong with that? And then there was
Agreed.
Red Jacket Orchard sponsored, so there was tons of juice.
Yeah.
And they have a big bonfire, which by the end of the day, I was so cold I really wanted to jump in it, but my parents had to tell me that was a bad idea.
Duly noted.
Yes.
I'll keep that in mind next time.
Yeah.
I was so excited not to hear a phone call.
You were glad you didn't have to be my backup runner?
I wanted to do it. I was pumped and I was ready. And then
I was very
Thursday,
surprised to hear you say yes when I asked you.
because I hadn't been really training. But Thursday came around and I looked at the legs and I was like, oh, the shorter ones, those are naughty. Don't want to do those.
Yeah.
And then Sunday came around and I didn't hear a phone call. And you know what? It wasn't going to bother me if I heard or anything or not. I was excited to try something new. But I went out for a run Sunday, and I think I went maybe 1.5 miles, 2 miles tops. And it was so cold. My lungs were burning. I was like, so glad I didn't have to go to the Seneca 7.
Runner 1, Brian, he was a champ. He had one of the hardest hills on the entire race, and I didn't see it because for most of the course, you drop your runner off and you go to the next route, and it's right on either 96 or 414 or 14, and you see your runner, you pass them, they give you a cowbell, you the car door, and then you drive on, you wait for them to get there. Well, Brian had a route where he he left Glenora Winery and ran down to the lake.
I've heard about this
along
one.
the lake, and then had to come back up the hill to get onto 14. And I've been told that this hill, even like the elite runners, like 5.5, 6 minute miles, had to walk it because it was so steep. And,
oh my
and
gosh.
everybody's like, I don't even know how cars get down it during the winter because it's that steep. You just go right into the lake.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
I'm curious.
This is scary.
I will never be runner 1.
Keep that in mind for future.
And I will never be runner 4 that has to take on that hill coming out of Watkins Glen.
Yeah, that hill
my God. Yeah.
B.5. Well, I have good news. Since I've been working out. You know how we talked about before that the first month that you're working out, you notice a difference. The second month, other people notice a difference.
Yep.
Well, last week was my second month, and today I went to work, and someone goes to me, how much weight have you lost?
Isn't that like the most rewarding?
Really?
Like, thank you for noticing. Yeah, I mean it makes all that like blood, sweat, and tears kind of worth it. Yeah,
but I've gone down a pant size.
Yay!
Yay!
Two
Congrats.
months 2 months and a week. Yeah, I'm so excited. I got into these jeans and I was like, wait a minute, what size are these? Yes!
I like to call it a non-scale victory.
Yes. I don't do scale. I don't believe in scale. Scale scares me because it lies. It lies. I am the same weight. It really does. I am the same weight I have been for years. Since I was in high school, I've flirted with this line where I'm at. I'm at 145.
That must be your happy weight then.
It is, but my body, my mass is different because my muscle mass. The more muscle I get, it's heavier than fat. But I'm losing fat. I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like it's that scale lies, and it's negative.
You know what though? If you get a body fat scale, they're actually not that expensive anymore. Those are really good because you step on that scale and you're like, oh, like I thought I lost, more weight or whatever. But then when you see that body fat percentage shrink, you're like, all right, this is rewarding. This is good.
Yep, I'm seeing
a difference.
I'm seeing a difference in my hips and my thighs. I'm like,
nice.
I'm so excited. So I got our fitness quote today. You get in shape, and more importantly, to stay in shape by accumulating significant but livable improvements to your lifestyle over time and build on that. So you make changes to your life that aren't overly demanding.
Baby steps.
Changes that you can accommodate into your life. And you build on it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
It totally makes sense.
I can kind of relate this to my sister, Sarah. We actually have come up with a challenge for Sarah.
Ooh, challenges.
We're trying to get her into running more, and we were presented with an outstanding opportunity to, if we run a half marathon, we'll have very bountiful assistance for a Disney trip in the near future, and this offer's been extended to my sister as well to try and get her into
That's some
running.
good motivation.
And so I think we're toying with the idea of running in the Empire State Half Marathon in Syracuse in October. So she started training like 2 days ago. She went out and ran 3 miles, and we're hoping that she sticks to it. So hopefully I created a Facebook group that's private just for myself and her and a couple other people who are, trying to get her going. And so she's sharing her running, and we post like updates on blogs and training programs and stuff like that for her.
I love that.
That's such a good idea.
A little emotional about it, but I hope she takes it on.
I think she will. She's that kind of person that will take something and like strive forward.
Another quote.
Hoping that she does
I can't remember if I've said this before, but if not, I'm going to repeat myself on the show. A year from now, you'll wish you'll started today.
Yeah.
You know, it's so true when you think about it. And I have to say, I have been lacking serious motivation lately. We only have 3 weeks left in this challenge.
And your challenge?
With her challenge with Jared. Yeah.
With Jared. And I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore.
Oh, no,
it's how I'm feeling. But, exactly. But, you know, when you think of that, you know, a year from now, you'll wish you would have started today. I feel like I'm saying that weird. But, and it's so true. If you look back, and that goes by so fast, too. It really does. So, I encourage you to share that with Sarah. And we're right there with her.
Yeah.
I'm sure she can do it. She has great motivation. You are an incredible motivator in terms of knowing what can be done and what's possible. And
she scared me a little bit today. She posted a 12-week training program for a half marathon that had her running 5 miles 2 weeks from now, and I'm like,
oh wow,
well,
yeah.
About that,
I don't even really enjoy running. I was like, did it on Saturday, but I don't love it.
Yeah,
I don't think you're ready yet. Let's just slow it down. I mean, maybe if we're gonna do a 12-week program, we'll make it a 24-week program. We'll spend 2 weeks on each module.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
That way.
Yeah.
Now, are you guys at all nervous about doing any kind of half marathon or getting involved in some kind of big program like that? Because I know a lot of people are, apprehensive. Others are.
To be honest with you, if I complete this half marathon in October, it'll be my third, and I'm nervous about it. I mean, I do races all the time, I'm sweating bullets over the mini muscle that I'm signed up for. I've only been in a pool once since I signed up for it, and I've only been on the stationary bike, and I'm just getting nervous about that.
What kind of stroke are you going to do?
Beats me.
Whatever gets you to the other side, right?
My cousin can do flying like there's nobody's business. She's a competitive swimmer. She's in crazy.
Oh, yeah. If I can stay afloat.
But it's a doggy paddle now.
I hear there's canoes to save you if you start to drown.
There are.
I'm hoping to just grab onto the bottom of it and somebody else on the other end has issues.
I love it.
It's a tactic.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in and joining us once again. We really appreciate it. And if you want to come in at all, Cork Your Fork, you'll be back. I mean, you're going to be back a few times.
Oh, yeah.
Then. But we love promoting all the events that you guys have going on. It keeps it fresh and keeps it local, and that's what we're striving to do with the Lake to Lake Girls. So you guys, Cash Mob tomorrow. If you guys want to find out more, just visit the Facebook page or the web page. You said
SenecaChamber.org or FingerLakeCentral.com, which will soon be one website. We're working on integrating. You guys are working on a new one.
I know.
Exciting.
I'm so excited for that. I'm waiting actually for my other job for the release to come out on that. Just saying. Just saying. We're waiting about that. Just saying. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for joining us for another episode of Lake to Lake Girls. We are your host.
We should mention Interletely. Isn't that starting tonight?
Yes. Yeah. We are your hosts, Amanda and Tiffany. We have a new show starting. Our guest last week, who was Beth Lynch from... who is a medium.
Very cool lady.
Awesome lady. Made Amanda cry. Sorry to call you on that.
Indeed.
It made me want to cry as well, so no worries. But we really want to appreciate all the support because we had an outpouring of support.
I know. It was
for that
awesome
show.
How everyone reacted.
Incredible. And we just... hopefully we keep it up and, keep you guys coming back for more. You want us. I'm just kidding. But yes, her show's coming up next. That's going to start at 7:30. It's going to run until 8:30. So if you guys want to join us, join her. You're more than welcome. She's incredible. She reads you easy. I mean, there's call-ins, you Facebook. There's all kinds of ways to get involved in the show. So if you want to do that, be happy to.
Stay tuned.
Yes, stay tuned. Coming up. All right. We will see you next week, 6 o'clock, for our next episode of Lake to Lake Girls.